So, elections are coming up, and a lot of people don't know much about Kamala Harris. This is just a basic introduction to her and her life thus far. Kamala Devi Harris is an American politician and attorney who is the Democratic vice presidential nominee for the 2020 election. Kamala was born on October 20th, 1964 in Oakland, California, to Shaimal Gopalan, an Indian grad student, and to Donald J. Harris, a Jamaican academic. Her parents divorced when she was 7 years old, after which Kamala and her sister lived with their mother, seeing their absent father, Donald J., on rare occasions. After a relatively unremarkable childhood, Kamala attended Howard University, a historically black university in Washington, D.C. Now, Howard University is ranked within the 651 to 700 band as per the QS Global World Rankings, which makes Howard University a mere 650 odd places away from Donald Trump's own alma mater, the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania. She graduated in 1986 with a degree in political science and economics. She then proceeded to attend law school at the University of California, Hastings, through its Legal Education Opportunity Program. Now, there's something really interesting about this Legal Education Opportunity Program at UC Hastings. As per its official website, UC Hastings created the LEOP in 1969 to make an outstanding legal education accessible to those who come from disadvantaged educational, economic, social, or physical backgrounds. The LEOP offers special consideration in admission to applicants who have been subject to significant adversity that may have prevented them from obtaining numeric criteria that fully reflect their motivation, talent, and academic ability. Now, it's not quite sure what adversity Harris faced. Perhaps the adversity of having two highly educated PhD-holding parents. I don't know, I'm pulling at straws here, but anyway, she gets into the program which doesn't really consider numeric criteria, but rather considers other factors like significant adversity that may have impacted on performance. Unfortunately, this significant adversity is not present. Kamala is a fraud, in my opinion. In 1990, Harris was hired as a deputy district attorney in Alameda County, California. In 1994, she was appointed to the State Unemployment Insurance Appeals Board and later to the California Medical Assistance Commission by her then boyfriend Willie Brown, 30 years her senior. Now, that appointment's pretty interesting. Number one, it's an appointment by a boyfriend, so it's not exactly at arm's length. The other thing is, Kamala received an inflation-adjusted annual compensation of around about $120,000. Actually slightly more than that, from the Medical Assistance Board. And this was despite missing more than 20% of the convened meetings of the association. And that's just from that commission. So there's another one. We haven't really accounted for the financial gain she's made from that. Pretty unethical behavior, if you ask me. In February 1998, she was appointed as an assistant district attorney by Terence Hallinan. She was effectively demoted in 2000. She handled the setback pretty well. What she did was, after being demoted, she filed a formal complaint and she then quit. She later took a job at the San Francisco City Hall. 2002, she prepared to run for district attorney of San Francisco. Now, there's a few very interesting things to note here about her campaigning. Number one was her position on law and order. Now, in the runoff, she pledged never to seek to impose the death penalty. She won, becoming the first person of color elected as District Attorney of San Francisco. Her tenure was pretty unremarkable, but there's one or two notable features. One would be the creation of a hate crimes unit focused on hate crimes against LGBT children and teens in schools. The other thing to note would be her stubborn refusal to seek the death penalty, even for some of the most heinous crimes. In one incident, after a San Francisco Police Department officer was shot and killed in 2004, she was under intense and immense pressure to actually reverse her position on the death penalty. There's pressure from the public, there's pressure from the mayor, pressure from the San Francisco Police Officers Association, and she basically flat out refused to seek the death penalty. Similar incident happened with Edwin Ramos, who was an illegal immigrant and an alleged member of MS-13. He was actually accused of murdering a man and his two sons in 2009. Again, she refused to even consider the death penalty. On November 12, 2008, she announced her candidacy for the California Attorney General position. She was successful and was sworn in on January 3, 2011. She was again re-elected on November 4, 2014. In 2015, January of 2015, she launched a campaign to run for Senate. Those that know her say this was her intention all along. She always harbored these ambitions. And the opportunity arose in 2015. She defeated Loretta Sanchez in 2016 in the 2016 election for that Senate seat. Here again, she achieved nothing substantive, and she's achieved nothing substantive thus far as a senator. But she has been in the news a lot during this period, and she's received considerable media attention purely due to her abrasive fashion and abrasive interrogation of individuals, oftentimes ill-informed. I'm sure you've seen those clips of her with questioning Jeff Sessions or Mark Zuckerberg or Brett Kavanaugh, among others. During President Trump's impeachment, she voted to convict the president on charges of abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. This was along with party lines, all despite the dearth of available evidence. In 2019, she had a pretty disastrous run for the presidential nominee ticket. Pretty much failed to gain any traction. She eventually dropped out, citing a shortage of funds. Fast forward to August 11, 2020. We have Biden announcing that he had chosen her as his vice presidential nominee pick. It's pretty obvious why this happened. Bending to identity politics, female, black, that sort of thing. I mean, keep in mind that she was openly ridiculing him a short while back. But anyway, there we have it. She is currently the presidential nominee pick of Biden's. See how that pans out. The socialist-leaning Harris is actually married to attorney Douglas Emhoff. And as of August 2019, the socialist Harris and her husband have an estimated net worth of $5.8 million. Yes, folks, that's $5.8 million more than I'm worth. In summary, Kamala is an admission fraud, was involved in an abuse of public power, and is worth a lot of money. She's everything that she purports to fight against. Privileged elite who took away an opportunity from deserving black candidates who used their body to gain power and position, and who purports to speak for the poor when she's worth a lot. All of it gained on the public dime. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.